Disagreements happen because of the belief that drug tests are used to protect and save lives and to improve the environment that the person is present in. Even though this may be true, others believe that mandatory testing is unjust and biased towards certain people. But to keep an environment safe, it is greatly needed. Some people may say that his or her privacy is being invaded, while others say it's for their own good and well-being. If you don't use drugs, you have nothing to hide, so why object to testing? Now, why is it important for companies to perform drug tests? First, drug users are a third less productive than the average employee and tend to take more sick days. They are almost 4 times more likely to cause an on-the-job accident and injure themselves as well as someone else on the job or in the vicinity. With the growth of the trade union movement and heightened awareness of the importance of individual rights, American workers came to insist that life on the job and off the job was their private affair, not to be scrutinized by employers. But major holes have begun to appear in the wall that has separated life on and off the job, largely due to the advent of new technologies that make it possible for employers to monitor their employees' off-duty activities. Today, millions of American workers every year in both the public and private sectors are subjected to urinalysis drug tests and a condition of getting or keeping a job. Don't employers have the right to expect their employees not to be high on drugs on the job? Put oneself in another's shoes and see what one would think if him or her had their own company, and what would they think then? Drug use costs industries millions in lost worker productivity each year. Don't employees have the right to test as a way of protecting their investment? The issue of mandatory drug testing is one that can definitely demonstrate goods of implementing it. Fewer absences increase productivity on the job, fewer accidents on the job, and more cost efficient. Although residual effects can refer to any effects that occur a number of hours after major drug effects have dissipated. This has come to mean the next day effects or hangover effects. The issue here is whether substances used at home on one day affect the job performance the next day. These effects can either be manifested as prolonged drug effects similar to the initial drug effect, or can differ from initial drug effect. This later change in behavior is best characterized by what is commonly called hangover. Thus, alcohol consumed during the evening can produce intoxication, slurred speech, etc. 6 or 8 hours later, after some sleep or no further alcoholic intake, a different set of symptoms come in, which is headache, irritability, inability to concentrate, might be apparent. Such hangover effects can be disruptive in the workplace, reducing productivity and perhaps interfering with safe and accurate performance and/or social interactions. In addition, it is possible that hangover or drug withdrawal effects are contributing factors in the maintenance of drug-seeking behavior. In addressing the issue of residual drug effects, we have to differentiate between chronic, regular, daily drug use, acute, or occasional drug use. Repeated drug use can result in tolerance to some of the effects of the drug. When tolerance develops, it takes larger dose of the drug to achieve the same effect. The development of tolerance does not by itself affect the workplace performance, although it can be moderate what would otherwise be effects of drug-taking behavior or allow greater consumption of drug that would otherwise occur. The majority of studies evaluating acute effects of alcohol administration have found that single doses cause decrements in variety of performance tasks, particularly tracking, visual vigilance, divided attention, postural stability, and cancellation tasks, with less robust effects on memory tasks. Since the problems that alcohol use poses for transportation safety are well recognized, it has received substantial attention from the transportation research community. As with other laboratory studies, The magnitude of impairment in the transportation-related tasks has been shown to the department on the nature of the task, research subject characteristics, which is skill level and tolerance, and environmental factors. The mortality and morbidity toll and personal tragedies from substance abuse and addiction would be regarded as a pandemic if any other illnesses were involved. Each year, cruel courtesy of America's deadliest epidemic, some 600,000 Americans die and 40 million suffer from debilitating and disabling illnesses and injuries. Substance abuse and addiction is indeed America's deadliest epidemic.